Guys, why are we here?
Jesus brought his disciples here.
So you know already the place, the name? Caesarea Philippi. So Caesarea Philippi, remember the name of Herod the Great? Herod the Great ruled. Then when he died, the Roman divided his kingdom into three parts. One was given to Archelaus in the south, Judea, and two parts were given to the two brothers, Antipas and Philip. And both had to do like their father. They had to honor, to give credit to the emperor. So the father built Caesarea after Augustus. By the time of the sons, it was Tiberius who was ruling. And the two brothers renamed two cities, enhanced them, or rebuilt them. By the way, Tiberias was built by Antipas in honor of Tiberius. And Philip rebuilt Phineas and called it Caesarea. Since the name was taken already, they call it Caesarea of Philip. Caesarea Philippi. Is that clear? So they are both named after Caesar, but they are not the same. One Augustus, the one we've already visited. This one is named after Tiberius, the same emperor that allowed his two brothers to rule. Okay? So here's the place of Caesarea Philippi. But that was an official thing, an official statement. The people still call it Phineas all the time. And it was a place dedicated to the god Pan. That's what attracted the people here. First, the road, don't forget, the spring. If you are coming with caravans, you have to pass here. You see how narrow it becomes at the foot of the hills? So that's a strategic place. So the tail was abandoned, but the strategic place remained. And so this time, we don't collect taxes directly from the people. You can just make them donate. Isn't that better? A lot of temples, dozens of temples were built here. And travelers, what do they want? What do they want when you travel? What do you want? Don't you want safety? Don't you want to be protected? It's so dangerous to travel. People, not like today. You take a trip and a plane and everything. At that time, you might never return. Wild animals, thieves, wars, whatever could kill you. That travelers were at the mercy of the elements. So what best to have the gods on your side? So temples on the road had a lot of affluence. People came to the temple, donated. How do we know that? Because there are inscriptions in Greek. Donation of so-and-so in memory, and thank you God for saving me or for protecting my business, and so on. We find that. People, I told you, they did not know the real God, but they sure were devout. And they donated a lot of money on their way. And here was a big place for that. So Caesarea Philippi was gathering a lot of wealth. That's not by mistake that Philip made it his capital. Honor the emperor is good, but mostly income from the travelers and from the nation. You understand that? Exactly like the port of Caesarea. Money is important. Like Mecca, remember? Mecca was on the road of the caravan. The holy things comes after. Now, the main divinity that was worshipped here was the god Pan. He's the god of what? Somebody know? Sorry? No, that's Hades. He's the god of the underworld. Music? No. Music was somebody else. They would come back to me. Yes. In a way, nature and the shepherds. He was the god of the shepherds. He's always portrayed half goat and half man. Half goat, half man. He has still two little horns there. And he's like a shepherd, he's playing the flute. We call the pan flute. Okay? So that makes sense. So he's the god of the shepherds. In a way, the shepherds live in nature, so he's a God of nature, and also he's a God of prosperity, of abundance. Why that? What does a shepherd want? Why does he need a God of a shepherd? To ask him what?
Where the food is for the sheep.
I want food. I want them to multiply. Food and everything makes the sheep multiply. I want my flock to double, to triple, to quadruple. God, so he's a God of prosperity and fecundity. All that comes with the attributes of Pan. Now, once a year there was a big holiday that was called the Panic Holidays. The holidays of Pan. And what do you do on these holidays? For once you are allowed to become nature. You do what nature wants you to do. You have a lust for a woman. Never mind she's married to someone else. Take her. For a girl, for a boy, for anyone. For a few days there would be people running all around the areas of the temples of Pan and will behave like what? Goats and all kind of things. Wild, let's say the word, generalized orgy. Not everybody participated of their own will. Imagine the children. So people come here, no more husband, mother, grandmother, child. You were all in the same holiday. So people were running around, some willingly, some after someone else, some running away from someone else. Hence the word panic that we still use today. Panic comes from the panic festivities. Okay, the word panic. Not pancake. Pancake is something else. But you understand that that's a place that we, as believers in one God, would be the top of depravation. That's exactly what the contrary of what everything in the Bible that we are told. Think about that. What is the Bible telling us? I've created you, I created animals and so on, but I put you above the animals. We have to reproduce. But there are laws, there are regulation, marriage, blessing from God. You can't do that. That means we have a part of us that is animal, but we cannot be animals. We are human. We want to be closer to God. And the panic games were saying, forget about what society tells you. Do what you want, your instincts does. It's actually calling to all the lust and to all the lower animal instincts we have. So they were very popular, we have to say. So maybe later you are going to talk about why Jesus chose of all places to bring his disciple here and to pop the question here. That's amazing. Sorry. So that's a place where Pan was the god of all these instincts and all these things. And eventually he almost disappeared. I say almost, you know why? You know, gods are immortal. You all agree? Yes. In the understanding of people, gods are immortal. So how do they die? You cannot kill a god. So how do you make a god disappear from history? Sorry? No more worshippers. When, like a car, stops when there's no more gas, a god ends, a religion ends when it has no more worshippers. Or did Pan disappear? Did he? I invite you to look at the illustration in the Middle Ages showing Satan. You know how they show Satan? Half goat, half man. Here we are. Pan has metamorphosed into Satan. And what is Satan is doing? Exactly what Pan was saying. Go, follow your instincts. You don't have to follow the rules that God dictated you. Do that. You love that person? Take. You want to do that? You want to steal? Do it. There's no rule. That's why Satan is not always the beast that we imagine. He's sometimes very nice. And he's tempting. He's the one who tempts you. And that's exactly a metamorphosis of Pan that is now named Satan. That's very interesting. When you follow the imagery, you see how Satan is always shown as that. Or Pan prefigures Satan with the horns, with the hooves, and so on. Again, we don't know how they really look like, and they surely don't look like monsters because we'll be running away from them. They look, on the contrary, they look attractive. Okay? So that's what I wanted to tell you. That place was a place maybe of big worship, but that was the antithesis of the Jewish faith. Exactly the contrary, what we should avoid.